Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about our bodies, the chakra system, and our bodies having the natural ability to heal themselves. No way, shape, or form am I a doctor. Do I replace advice of a doctor? Of course, if you feel something's up with your body, please go seek medical attention. I'm just going to share my thoughts, my experiences, and how to take more of a holistic approach when it comes to caring for your body. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this video. So, our bodies have the natural ability to heal themselves. It's our thoughts and our experiences that change the programming in our bodies. When you were younger and you were injured, did a parent or guardian take you to the hospital right away? Or for every cut, gave you a Band-Aid? For every cold, were you given cold medicine? Okay, all of these experiences shape our programming in our minds. Maybe there was a time when you were younger and you needed medical help, but your parent refused to take you to the doctor, so it left you traumatized, and now you need a health care professional for every time that you feel a little bit under the weather to give you that reassurance. We as humans are constantly searching for answers and wanting to know the why instead of trusting the unknown or trusting that our bodies have the natural ability to heal themselves, or that having a healthy diet or eating certain foods can heal us. When you go to the doctor and say, I'm experiencing X, Y, and Z, and most of the time you will find a diagnosis followed by possibly a prescription. You trust their judgment, or you hop onto Google and you look up your diagnosis and you see the list of symptoms and you're like, okay, that makes sense. The next couple of days, your symptoms start worsening. And you're like, okay, well, I guess the doctor was right about my diagnosis. Or maybe because of this illness, it has been brought into your awareness. So now you're telling yourself, this is how I'm going to feel. This is what I will experience. Maybe you joined support groups and you listen to other people's experiences. So now you know what to expect because their experiences have shaped your perception. But did you stop for a second and say, hey, what's the natural remedies I can try to eliminate the symptoms I'm feeling? You may have lost faith along the way that your body is more than capable of healing itself. Majority of the time, we create those symptoms and turn them into something much larger. I'm going to share a couple personal experiences here. Younger me goes to a doctor because I'm having irregular cycles, painful menstruation, gaining weight, hormone imbalances, and I get diagnosed with PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Being told that I need birth control to regulate my menstrual cycle and that I'll have a hard time conceiving children when I'm older. This was now into my awareness, and I believed this. I did, in fact, later on have a hard time conceiving my twins. It took me 3 years to conceive them with various fertility treatments. But this is how this could have turned out if a doctor had stopped to say, what's the root cause of this young lady experiencing these symptoms? The answer would have been trauma. I was abused when I was younger, more than once. I was at a point in my life where I was ashamed of being a woman because I felt my body was never respected. I was scared of becoming pregnant at a young age because of the abuse. growing up, I didn't have a good foundation, leaving my root chakra unbalanced. My sense of security, my sacral chakra was blocked from my abuse, causing the PCOS-like symptoms. And and until I went in and dug deep to heal my trauma and to look at the younger version of me to help her heal and feel safe, I continued to experience PCOS. I now have a normal cycle. For me, it's 38 days. When I approach those 38 days and my cycle is still not here, I give myself Reiki. I visualize and welcome my menstrual cycle, because for so long I dreaded every time my cycle came. I was holding on to so much trauma that I did not want to be a woman, And another side to this, many of us turning into young ladies, we associate that with pain, and we don't embrace what our menstrual cycles truly mean. Okay, I've had to reteach myself that my menstrual cycle is a part of my creativity and that I am safe. I tell my POS symptoms that they are not welcome in my energetic body. I acknowledge my trauma and I continue to heal and work on what is needed, okay? Healing is a forever ongoing thing, right? Sometimes we feel that we are past certain areas, but then it gets rebrought into our awareness, and often it's for a reason on why those feelings come back up, okay? And just because you feel like you have taken a step back doesn't mean that you aren't actually healing, okay? Maybe you grew up in a line of generations with the same illness. It runs in your family. For example, okay, so my family has a history of cancer. I've watched many of my loved ones develop cancer, so this has been in my awareness. Now, I have a choice to fear that I will have cancer one day, and by me feeding into fear, I'm calling this into my reality. Or I can say cancer is not part of my journey and not welcome that energy into my space, okay? So it's like the law of attraction and quantum physics, quantum healing, okay? What we give our attention and our energy to is what we will attract, okay? My grandfather, okay, for example, he was one remarkable man. He had cancer for many years, multiple different cancers, okay? But when he would be diagnosed with a type of cancer, he never let fear win. He would brush it off and say, okay, well, it is what it is, let's do this, okay? He had multiple cancers disappear. I found him chaga at one point. I don't know if I'm saying that right, sorry. He drank it for 3 years, and his cancer was like shrinking in certain areas and disappearing in other areas, and doctors were puzzled. They did not know how this was happening. But he also had a very good mindset when it came to his battle. He never really felt down. He would meet people on the street, and they never knew that he was ill, because he was still so full of life. Like he did not let his diagnosis bring him down. Okay, so I remember him getting cancer removed from his pancreas, and he was supposed to have a bit of a hospital stay. And he signed himself out. We had a trip planned for him to go caribou hunting. It was his dream to go up to James Bay and go caribou hunting. And he had to have this surgery just a few days before we were set to go off, and he refused to stay in the hospital to miss this trip. Okay, he didn't let the doctor say this is how you're going to feel. You're going to feel run down. You're not going to want to do anything. He had a different outlook. Like, no, I refuse to feel that way. You know, he wouldn't listen to what people were telling him on this is how you're going to feel. Okay, so it wasn't until my grandfather was diagnosed with bone cancer that he started to lose hope. Okay, a year prior, though, he watched his sister-in-law be diagnosed with bone cancer, and she unfortunately passed within a week. So that experience, I feel, affected my grandfather's mindset, because he seen somebody, and I believe there was more than one person, be diagnosed with a certain type of cancer, and it wasn't long until they passed afterwards. Okay, so once he was diagnosed with bone cancer, I seen a major change in his mental health, and it was like he was going downhill from there. He lost his fight. I remember the doctors telling him so many times that this was it, and he proved them wrong so many times. He didn't pass over until he was ready to, though. When he was truly done fighting his battle, knowing that everything was going to be okay, his mindset played a huge role in his fight. And I remember, the last 2 weeks of him being here, Earthside, his number one concern was, how is everybody going to be without him on this earth? Especially my grandma. You know, is everybody going to be able to take care of themselves without him? And he gave everybody like one last chore, like one last thing. And once everybody finished that, within 24 hours he passed. I will get more into that another day about how people cross over to the other side and what helps them, helps their soul cross over. Okay, take this world illness, for example. It's being brought into our awareness every single day. The list of symptoms are in front of us daily, telling us if we feel X, Y, and Z, we now have, I'm not saying it, and it's deadly. So when someone starts to feel X, Y, and Z, they start to panic. They're lowering their immune system. And yes, people have been passing, because that's been programmed into their minds. That's all we see. That's all that we're being exposed to. However, if you believe that you have the ability to heal your body from X, Y, and Z, and that taking rest or taking some elderberry syrup, some ginger, vitamins will restore your system, it will. I remember a few years ago, okay, before I started getting into Reiki healing and my awareness opening up to spirituality, okay? I used to have such a negative mindset when it came to cold season, and I would get so paranoid whenever somebody would come near us with the littlest bit of sniffle that my whole household would get sick, okay? I would say, great, we're all doomed. Everybody's going to get sick now. I was calling that energy in, okay? And we would get sick, okay? Until I changed my perception and my perspective of, we're fine, we're protected, we're going to be safe. Our last cold in this house lasted 2 or 3 days. We used elderberry syrup, we used homemade soups made out of bone broth, cedar teas, and bass. Okay, 2 days. Everybody was fine. And we said mantras too, that our body is strong, our body has the natural ability to heal itself, and that we were getting healthier and stronger each and every day. Okay? I'm losing my train of thought. Hold on. Okay, so you have a choice when you're getting sick. You have a choice to believe that you're going to be sick for a while, or you have the ability to believe that you're going to get better within a couple of days, that you're getting better and stronger each and every single day. It's your energy and your mindset on everything. Okay? Nothing exists until it's brought into your awareness. And how you can help your body heal naturally is your mindset. And saying mantras like, my body is healthy and strong, you can say it every day, all throughout your day. Or saying, my body has the natural ability to heal itself. Ask yourself, when did I first develop these set of symptoms? What is the root cause? Is there a time when your symptoms are disappearing? For example, you find sitting at home, you're in pain, you're really sore, but when you are finally convinced to get out of the house, you don't notice your pain? Is there some fruits, veggies, or herbs that can help make your symptoms, your experience, subside instead of taking prescription medication? Say you have a headache. Look up what veggies or fruits that naturally heal headaches, okay? Or is there foods that you are consuming that are triggering headaches? I know a common one can be dairy. Can you see a herbalist or a holistic doctor instead of, a doctor? Reiki healing can help with pain management, can help eliminate a lot of your symptoms. Listening to Reiki healing music or meditation, or finding out what chakra your symptoms are linked to and doing the chakra work. There is so many ways that you can heal your body naturally, and mindset is number one. I really felt called to doing this video as I feel like we need to bring this back into our lives. We need to bring back holistic approaches in our lives and not rushing to, taking prescription medication. We need to reprogram our minds and trusting that our bodies have the natural ability to heal themselves, and listening to what our bodies are saying to us. For example, when you go out grocery shopping, are you being gravitated to certain foods? Set the intention before you go out grocery shopping that you will be pulled to certain foods that your body needs. Not that your body wants, but your body needs. And then I want you to look up the healing benefits to those foods. Okay? So say you're drawn to ginger. Well, look up what ginger has the ability to do for our bodies, and is it linked to certain symptoms that you're having? Okay, and then you could dive further into that by what symptoms are linked to which chakra. Okay, and what chakra should you focus on healing? Okay, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, if you enjoyed this video, if you hated this video, please let me know in the comments below. I would love it if you engaged in conversation with me and what your thoughts are. I love you all so much. Thank you, and we will chat soon. Bye. Take care.